People in Maryland and across the country are asking important questions about marriage for same-sex couples. What are the social implications? How should government respond? To consider these and other questions thoughtfully, it's critical to hear from the citizens at the heart of the issue. Committed couples who wish to love one another with peace of mind and to protect their families with a marriage license.
I was 17 when I met Lisa, and by the time I was 19, we had decided we did want to, make a commitment to be together. I was 19, she was 20.
And we were at a Catholic college, so it wasn't as if that was really a place where, we could be open about how we felt about each other or who we were. I mean, we didn't disclose that to anyone.
No. Not to family and not to friends either. We didn't have much money, so we would, spend half the day maybe studying at the Library of Congress.
We would take a snack lunch or something and just sit there and
fly a kite on the mall.
Right. It didn't matter. We were just so happy. I mean, we would stay up until 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning just talking and talking. That's just what I remember, is that we would talk and talk forever. Mm-hmm. There was no shortage of things to discuss and to find out.
But after Lisa and Gita went on to complete graduate school, Gita's immigration status threatened to separate them permanently.
I picked out the mail and there was this letter from U.S. Immigration and Naturalization Service. It was a deportation notice. You've completed your graduate study and now you have 30 days to leave the country.
We thought that, oh God, if we could only get married. If we could only get married, this would all go away. I mean, at the same time we knew it was the answer, it was also as unlikely to happen as one of us winning the lottery.
And in order to go through the immigration process and to come in as a legal resident, you have to re-enter the country. So I left the country. I had a 15-minute interview at the U.S. Embassy in New Delhi. They tell you, come back at 3 o'clock and we'll have our decision and your papers ready. So if you get the packet, that means you can go back. If you don't get a packet, that means something went wrong.
And I remember praying at Mass on Sunday that if God gave us this, I would never ask for another thing.
But I got a packet, and I was thrilled. That was one of the miraculous days, is that I was able to come back. But then I was here with a green card, and the hope was that I could become an American citizen so we could go on to the next dream, which was to have children.
We had these 2 beautiful girls.
They're now 9 and 6, and they are the true miracle of our lives. They really are. They keep us laughing and keep us in the present, which is so important sometimes. We come home and they want to tell us about their day and they want to play board games in front of the fireplace, and that's their life. They want to go feed the ducks, and I love it. I love having them, and I really feel like they are a miracle.
We planned for and we tried to think ahead and read ahead about all the things that we could conceive of, that we had control over for our child's care. We were constantly surprised to find out things that we didn't know would be a problem, like she not being able to take Maya, who was my biological child, for her inoculations and well baby visits. The pediatrician said, you may not bring her because you're not a legal parent. Well, we had arranged it so that Gita would work part-time during the first year of Maya's life so that she would have time to bond with Maya, anticipating that she would take care of her and also take her for her doctor visits. And all that was out the window. I mean, there were several incidents like that when we wanted to do things for Maya and Gita couldn't do it, couldn't do them for her because she didn't have a legal connection.
For example, if we were in a car accident and we went to the hospital, and I was with my daughter, but she's not my legal daughter, not recognized as my daughter. I may not have access to her in the emergency room because I'm not family. I'm a stranger. Those were terrifying things to think about, you know. Then you think, wow, I am so vulnerable, and my child is so vulnerable, much more than anybody else. I mean, we all are, but there are these safeguards in place for other families that we don't have.
More surprises awaited them during the birth of their second daughter, when Lisa was forced by a doctor to leave Gita's side.
We decided that it was time to get an epidural. So they called in the anesthesiologist, and as she was preparing to insert the catheter into Gita's spine, I was sitting next to Gita holding her hand because she was in a great deal of pain. And the doctor said to me, "Who are you?" And I said, "I'm her partner." And she looked at me, and then she looked around the room and she said, "Well, you have to leave." And I said, "You know, I've been here for all the labor." I said, "This is what we planned on." She said, "If you don't leave, she doesn't get the epidural." Having children, we knew for sure that we wanted religion to be part of their experience and part of who they were as growing up as adults, because it was so important to us as we were growing up.
They were both baptized at Brown Memorial Park Avenue Presbyterian Church. And, you know, that's been a great place. Now we teach Sunday school. Actually, we taught last Sunday, and we teach Maya's grade, and it's been kind of fun. With the advent of this new pastor, Andrew Foster Connors, he not only embraced us, but he brings them along, which probably ultimately is more important, to recognize that whatever you do to the least of my sisters and brothers, you do unto me.
Lisa and Gita are not alone. Thousands of families across Maryland will be strengthened by fairness in our marriage law. Extensive legal and financial issues that no other contract can address will finally be resolved. Natives of the Eastern Shore, Ryan Kilo is a paramedic, and Steve Palmer is a helicopter flight nurse. They have built a life and a home together, but their attempts to make a prudent plan for the future have been thwarted.
You know, my job as a flight nurse isn't without risk. So you think, well, if I crash tomorrow and I'm dead and Ryan's still here, this house and my car and the dogs and the boat, you can just take a chainsaw and cut it all in half, because the other half of it isn't going to be his. It's going to be my parents. You know, you can't inherit stuff if you're not either married to somebody or related to them.
Okay.
Jo Rabb is a bus driver for the Maryland Transit Authority, and her partner, Takia Foskey, is an administrative assistant.
She was driving one day, and me and my kids had got on. It was after school, and she started talking to the kids at first, and of course I was attracted to that because she took interest in my kids right off the bat, and we've been together ever since.
Legally marrying would bring better and more affordable health care to their children.
Being as though my son has asthma, so that's about $300 a month on medical expenses that I don't have every month, just to make sure that his asthma stays under control. Because Joe's insurance would cover it for $5. That's it. The copay would be $5 for a prescription. Hers is so much better than mine. And it's like, I'm glad that I have the health insurance, but it's really not helping me out that much.
Allowing same-sex couples to legally marry is a matter of basic fairness and justice under the law. No domestic partnership, civil union, or private agreement can duplicate the more than 1,000 legal, financial, and social benefits of marriage.
I think that just once in general, when people get to know us and realize we're just members of the community like everybody else that lives here.
We have kids, we're raising our kids with love, and we wish to get married so that it would be just kind of sort of a normal thing.
Yeah, it's not just about the financial benefits. I mean, people don't just get married to get a tax credit.
We're all God's children, and we should be treated equally.
We want the same things you want for your children. You want your children protected. You want to share health insurance. You want to be able to make medical decisions if they're ever in the hospital. We want nothing different. We love our kids just like you love your kids, and you would do anything for your children. We want to be able to have access to some of those same privileges that other families enjoy.
And more than that, I want my kids to feel like their family is just as equally valued as other kids' families on the block.